Hey there. So I wanted to give a quick overview about how Golos Coffers can stabilize in a board state at low life without Shieldred and also without a Wishboard ring. I think this example is going to be pretty common. It's sort of illustrative of how the deck works. So you'll see I'm facing lethal with two threats here. I'm running Defiles in my deck. I'm a big fan of Defile right now. This is one of the reasons. Defile lets me deal with Murktide, and so I don't care about Graveyard as much. So let's see what happens here. So my opponent has Expressive, grabs some cards, is looking for answers. Okay, so here we are. We've drawn for the turn. I have access to Karn. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a ring loop. So I'm going to have to try to kill his creatures. I can go under bridge, and then we have to just try to find an answer from there. But you'll see, with the mana I have access to, I could just go get ring and just start looping rings, but if I had one in the Wishboard, but I don't think I need that to win from here. All right, so we cleared their hand with Inquisition. I think Inquisition is a strong card at the moment because there is a lot of counter magic out there. You get to clear their hand, and then that frees up your removal. Okay, so we kill all his threats, and then we go into Karn, and then lock ourselves under bridge. Try to stabilize from there. Yep, and so they kill it with the Holy Heat. So we know he has a Spire Bluff Canal, and he has a Subtlety and one Unknown. Okay, so we are going to go into Bolt range next turn. However, we've drawn Golos. I think Golos is really good right now. Golos represents Ramp, a payoff spell, and also life gain. So Ramp plus life gain, this is like having a Solemn Simulacrum basically with like a life gain stable non. I think Golos is really good at the moment. And so something else I want to mention here is if I were to say jam a Shieldred in the spot, I think this is sort of a spot where Golos slightly overperforms Shieldred. If you find a Golos off of a ring spin, Shieldred can't come into effect and be used until the next turn, whereas the effect of Golos is immediate. So I immediately get life gain. I think the immediate life gain is more important than setting up for a huge life gain turn next turn. Okay. So I go up to 7 life now. Now I'm at a comfortable range. I'm outside of Bolt for next turn. Okay, so we go with Karn. And we just grab a Spellbomb. And so you'll see we have another Golos now. So we have another ramp spell. I can get another Radiant Fountain, and this is going to let me just keep upticking ring. So still outside of Double Bolt, and see here, I found another Radiant Fountain. So I haven't seen a single cling this game. I haven't, and I just drew into my second ring. I now have enough life gain to stabilize. Okay, so this is going to get forced. All right, so I want to just pause right here. It was exiled, but now I can just grab it from Karn from the Wishboard. Now let's say that this had been Counterspell instead. Let's say he had Counterspelled and I actually had a ring in the graveyard and I had no cling. What I'd probably do is I'd probably try to hide under a Witchbane Orb next that I have here in the Witchboard so I don't die to top deck Bolt. I would activate again next turn to draw 5 cards, and then when at 2 life, I would probably go into Golos for either a Golos spin or for an additional life gain if I find a cling to be able to stabilize from there. But because it's exiled, I can just play it again thanks to force negation. And so now we're sitting pretty under a ring and locking them down. And we're just going to grab another Golos, and we're just going to keep ramping with Radiant Fountains. So and then we get back another Karn with our Takenuma. Anyways, so you'll see that the 3 rings we had, the 3 Radiant Fountains we had this game kept us from going to 2 life. I stayed out of bolt range the entire time without any wishboard rings, and being able to just have a redundancy of life gain just meant I could keep drawing cards. I didn't really care too much about the counters on my ring because I knew I was going to draw an answer. I could draw Golos, Radiant Fountain, Cling, a ring. With that many options, I feel like I don't need a wishboard ring. And the sideboard in Karn lists is extremely tight right now. I would say the sideboard is much tighter than the main deck. So main deck always has a couple of flex spots, so why not just put a ring in the main deck when you can? So 4 main deck ring, just everything else you need in the wishboard, and then you can get it from exile if you need it. So anyways, that's just a little overview. Hope you found this helpful.